Do you remember the old Facebook? Posting on people's walls, poking friends, tagging strangers in photos. In 2004, Facebook started out as a place for Harvard students to connect. 20 years later, it's a social media titan. It has multiple apps, it faces allegations of data theft and election meddling, and its parent company has a new name, Meta. The world's most popular social media site is 20. But is this birthday a happy one for Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg? How did Facebook change the social media game? Why is it still thriving after 2 decades? Our next report brings you the Facebook story.
The year was 2003. Mark Zuckerberg was at his Harvard dorm. The 19-year-old was a computer whiz. He was working on an online network. It was called Face Smash. It allowed users to objectify fellow students. They could rate them. They could even vote on who was hotter. The idea did not go down well with the administration. In fact, it nearly got him expelled. But Zuckerberg did not give up. Face Smash gave him the framework, so he started working on something new, a different type of online network, one that would later go on to become Facebook. So how did the name come about? Facebooks already existed in Harvard. They were essentially an online directory featuring photos of students and their basic information. Harvard had many of them. But there was no one with information about all students, so Zuckerberg aimed to change that. In February 2004, he launched thefacebook.com. It was with 3 of his friends. The first iteration was exclusively available only to Harvard students. It proved to be very popular. Soon, it was expanded to other colleges, the likes of Stanford, Yale, and Columbia. In less than a year, thefacebook.com became Facebook. It had 1 million users. By 2008, Facebook was unstoppable. It toppled MySpace as the most popular social networking site. It had over 50 million users. When Facebook burst onto the scene, it changed the social media game. You could write on people's walls. You could like stuff. You could tag friends in photos. All of this was revolutionary, and it fueled its sharp rise. In 2011, Facebook played a defining role in the Arab Spring. By 2012, it had 1 billion users. It's like nothing could go wrong for the social media site. It acquired Instagram, the photo-sharing app. It released its IPO. It bought the messaging app WhatsApp. It expanded in less connected countries. Being on Facebook was the new cool thing. But all good things come to an end. And Facebook learned that the hard way. The first blow came in 2016. There were allegations of election meddling, of how Russia used the platform to meddle in the 2016 US elections. Then came the Cambridge Analytica files. It showed how Facebook had harvested the personal data of millions. Not just that, it used it for political gains. Facebook paid $725 million to settle the legal action. The incident highlighted a major issue. Personal data was no longer personal. Zuckerberg promised to do more, but he did little more than change the name of the company. By 2021, Facebook was Meta. Today, at least 3 billion people use at least one of its apps every day. It started out as a social network, but Zuckerberg built an empire. He changed media, he bought out rivals, and when he couldn't buy them, he did the second best thing. He copied their best features.
Olympic gold medalist.
And Facebook has continued to grow. It's expanding into arenas of virtual reality and artificial intelligence. 20 years ago, Facebook was a simple place to connect with your friends. Today, it's a social media titan. But it's not all hunky-dory. Usually, birthdays are a joyous occasion.
Who did you fire? Senator.
But Zuckerberg spent his birthday this year being grilled by US senators. Facebook's troubles may not be over anytime soon. But 2 decades in, it's still thriving, dictating our daily lives, one like, one reel, and one message at a time.
From impeachments to inaugurations, if it's a political story, we are on the scene. The race for the White House is heating up.
We're beating Biden.
How dare he say that?
If it's breaking news, we're live with the latest coverage. From the White House, the State Department, and Capitol Hill, we know the issues, but above all, we know the players to bring you the latest in-depth analysis on all the key stories that we're covering. I'm Eric Ham. Join me from Washington here on Firstpost America.